The Batman, undoubtedly one of the most iconic superheroes in the entire fiction. But here's a question. What makes Bruce Wayne the Batman? Well, aside from being a martial arts master such as ninjutsu, Krav Maga, karate, judo, and more shit, and having balls heavier than Gotham's crimes because who else dares to fight these guys, is his gadgets. I think this was the most complicated line I've ever dropped in my life. To be honest, the Batman would not stand a chance against some of his opponents without these gadgets, as he's a mortal man, while in return, some of his foes have superhuman powers, such as Deathstroke's regeneration power, Bane's ass-tearing strength, and of course size, Poison Ivy's control over plants, and other crazy Gotham's criminals that at least have a gang in their command, and the Batman is mostly all alone out there. And that is why the Batman is always equipped with some gadgets, such as EMP rifle, his iconic grappling hook, batarangs, explosive batarangs, smoke grenades, the bat hook, bat cuffs, and even kryptonite knuckles, because how else would he kick the shit out of Superman? And of course, the bat axe. Well, I think this one was out of the script, I don't know. Fucking designer. But after all of this, I bet probably Batman's best gadget is nothing but his car, the Batmobile. While it gives him the speed and strength he lacks as a human, and occasionally as an Uber driver just to keep the Batcave running. That being known, let me represent you with some of the best versions of the Batmobile that comes from comic books. 5 of them. So let's not waste time and start with number 5, the red car, aka the first ever car the Batman ever drove. The first car Batman ever drove wasn't really a Batmobile. It was just a plain red sedan in Detective Comics number 27. No armor, no gadgets, not even bulletproofing. It was basically a luxury car of the era, probably powered by a V8 engine if we assume Bruce Wayne had the best. The true Batmobile with gadgets, armor, and weapons didn't show up until 1941, which takes us to number 4. Number 4 is the first ever Batmobile, the true Batmobile. When most people think of the Batmobile, they picture an armored monster with jet engines, missiles, and stealth tech. But the very first car to officially earn the name Batmobile debuted in Batman number 5 back in 1941. This was no ordinary car. It was a massive sleek machine designed to look intimidating. Jet black with a bat-shaped hood ornament on the front. Unlike the plain red sedan Batman drove in 1939, this was the first vehicle built to represent the Dark Knight's identity. So what could it do? For its time, the 1941 Batmobile came with a surprising number of gadgets. It was described as being bulletproof with reinforced armor plating that protected Batman from enemy gunfire. It was also supercharged, capable of speeds far greater than the cars of its era. Some sources suggest Batman's Batmobile could reach over 200 miles per hour, which was pure science fiction for the 1940s. Inside, it was equipped with an early police radio system, allowing Batman to intercept calls directly from Gotham City Police Department. This feature would later evolve into the Bat computer and advanced communications hub we know today. And of course, style mattered. The car wasn't just powerful, it was dramatic, long, low, and menacing, with bat-like fins and an elongated nose. The 1941 Batmobile set the template for every version that followed. Under the hood, the comics never specified the engine, but if we imagine it in real-world terms, it would have needed something like a supercharged V12 to back up its incredible speed claims. Think of it as a mix between a luxury limousine and a race car, wrapped in Gothic styling. The 1941 Batmobile was the first time Batman's ride became more than just transportation. It became a symbol, a weapon, and a legend. Without this design, the Batmobiles of the future, from the muscle car beasts to the tanks like Tumbler, might never have existed. So while it may not have had rockets or cloaking devices, this Batmobile was the beginning of an icon, a car that was as much a part of Batman as the cape and cowl themselves. Moving to number 3, we can still see the basics of the 1941 Batmobile in 2006. This design first appeared in Legends of the Dark Knight number 198 and was created by artist Chris Weston. At first glance, you can tell where the inspiration came from. It's a modern evolution of the very first true Batmobile from 1941. Long hood, sweeping fenders, and that dramatic bat-themed front end. But unlike the bulky 40s version, this one is sleeker, lower, and more aerodynamic, almost like a hybrid of a 1930s luxury coupe and a futuristic jet car. What's really cool is that this Batmobile actually came from a toy. In 2004, Corgi, a die-cast model company, released a Batmobile design. Fans loved it so much that DC made it official 2 years later, and it rolled right into the comics. So this Batmobile is literally a toy turned into canon. Now in terms of abilities, the 2006 Batmobile wasn't just about looks. It was armored and bulletproof, capable of withstanding heavy firepower. Its performance was described as supercharged, easily imagined at over 200 miles per hour. Inside, it featured an advanced aircraft-style cockpit with multiple control panels, making Batman feel more like a fighter pilot than a driver. And of course, it carried the classic Batmobile arsenal: smoke screens, grappling lines, and onboard computers. And at the end, unlike some Batmobiles, this version wasn't depicted with mounted missiles or miniguns. It leaned more on defensive gadgets and raw speed than on heavy offensive firepower. This Batmobile stands out because it bridges two eras. It takes the gothic intimidation of the 1941 Batmobile and fuses it with the modern high-tech approach of the 2000s. The result is a car that feels both retro and futuristic, cooler, longer, and deadlier than the one that started it all. Coming in at number 2, I believe most of you have not seen it by the way, we have the Batmobile from Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Darker Than Death, a 2006 comic storyline written by Bruce Jones. This Batmobile is designed for Gotham's urban environment, combining sleek authentics with high performance. Its powerful engine, I believe a V12, allows for incredible acceleration, making it ideal for chasing down criminals or escaping danger, while reinforced armor keeps Batman safe from gunfire, collisions, and explosions. When it comes to gadgets, this Batmobile focuses on stealth and versatility. It's equipped with surveillance systems for tracking criminal activity, grappling hooks for scaling obstacles, smoke screens, and oil slicks for evasion, and advanced navigation and communication systems to stay connected with the Batcave and allies. Unlike some other Batmobiles, it doesn't rely on heavy weaponry like missiles or miniguns, emphasizing Batman's detective-focused approach. Design-wise, it strongly resembles Michael Keaton's iconic Batmobile from the 1989 and 1992 films. Both feature a low, streamlined profile, a single-piece enclosed cockpit, Batwing-inspired tail fins, and a minimalist black color scheme, giving it a stealthy, menacing look that perfectly suits Gotham's dark streets. In short, the darker-than-death Batmobile is a sleek, tactical, and highly functional vehicle perfectly built for Dark Knight's detective work and high-speed pursuits in Gotham. And finally, we come to number 1, Batmobile from Batman Rebirth. Well, this car is huge. It's brutalist. It looks like a rolling fortress with a bat-face grille and those mean slit eyes on the nose. Well designed first. This is the blockiest armored Batmobile of the modern comics. Giant staggered tires with deep chevron treads, slab-side armor, a low pro that works like a battering wedge, and sharp bat fins trailing the tail. The cockpit is a two-seater, tandem style under a red-tinted canopy, very war rig vibes. It's built for intimidation and ramming space for more than elegance or stealth. Functionally, here's what's on the page during I'm Gotham. Bruce uses it as a high-speed response platform while coordinating with Duke Thomas from the cave. Duke feeds Bruce precise timing at angle calls as Batman lines up a crazy bridge maneuver to reach a doomed airliner over Gotham. That confirms robust NavCom integration, think telemetry uplink, HUD guidance, and remote support baked into the car systems. What we don't see on panel are pop-out cannons or missile racks. No guns fired, no rockets launched in these issues. When it comes to engine, horsepower, top speed, the comics don't publish specs for this model. And whatever the others tell you is actually a lie or maybe borrowed from games or movie Batmobiles, not this Finch design. What is clear is the mission profile, urban interception and survivability, the sheer mass, the proud, the tire choice, all the screen impact tolerance, and curb-to-curb authority. But despite being one of the most beautiful Batmobiles, unfortunately this car has very little page time, and it was destroyed by the Flash in the comics. The Rebirth 2016 Batmobile is Batman's rolling sage tower, towering stance, battering ram nose, tandem cockpit, heavy armor plates, deep tread tires, full cave-link NavCom, and no confirmed on-page weapon loadout or speed specs. It's the visual statement piece of the King Finch kickoff, Gotham's knight arriving like a tank. Alright dudes, we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you didn't enjoy what you just saw, please tell me why and how can I improve it.